Well, out of the Alec Bradley series, this is my favorite one. I like it more than any one of the others. Expensive ones are not, the small one. Usually because it's a flavor, the flavor's intense. Now the last two that I smoked, I didn't really like that much. And just to let you know, earlier, my palate's tainted. I had a nice meal, which would have went great with the cigar. Chicken, some tabbouleh, hummus, spinach salad with a little bit of blue cheese in there, some pita bread, both the hard, I don't know what the other one kind, the hard one is called, but two types of pita bread, and it would have went great with this. And just so happens I've been looking for this bottle of oil of oregano for months. My wife said she gave it to me. She may have or may have indicated that she wanted to give it. Anyway, long story short, I found it today at the bottom of the floorboard underneath the floor mat. So I pulled it out. I took 4 drops, which normally you take anywhere from 1 to 4. 1 is usually enough. And so it's potent stuff. If you haven't taken it, you know, just be forewarned that it is potent. If you have, you already know what I'm talking about. So I've got a little bit of that tainted on my palate, but still I'm going to go ahead and smoke this. Hopefully I'll have a good experience. A slightly tighter draw than normal. I've smoked this cigar about a dozen times, and maybe around 20 times. And the box that I got these out of, I don't know if it's because they mixed boxes or not, they had several of these sticks that were slightly smaller ring gauge. I got a larger ring gauge that was a little bit more flexible. I picked up a couple of them. They were rock hard. This is pretty firm everywhere, but it is a little flexible in the middle. It's got that fermented kind of fruity, woody flavor that I normally expect from this cigar on the pre-light. And the wind is blowing pretty hard. Ran out of water, so I'm on my survival water. I like to do my survival stuff, Bob. Use up the best first. Save the junk for last if you have to. There's kind of a rotation in there. Anyway, I like to get rid of all my pipes. Got a lot of meerschaums. Just wind would stop blowing, I would go ahead and light up. The only thing that's going to concern me on the smoke is it is restrictive, and I think it's right in here. Right in there. It's restrictive. Good tobacco burn. I like cigars with a good tobacco burn. Kind of reminds me of some of that older tobacco. I mean, I've grown up with tobacco ever since I can remember. I started rolling when I was little from my grandpappy. Started smoking. Hey, if you were old enough, you were home, maybe you were at school, I was at home that day. My grandparents told me I could do that. Anyway, I was home when Neil Armstrong supposedly walked on the moon. I watched it. Meanwhile, I was rolling my own smokes. Of course, it was all natural tobacco. It wasn't like they have in normal cigarettes today. Here we go. The wind has stopped. didn't get it. There we go. These matches, they're okay, but I prefer different brand. Anyway, very burnt nut and the light up. Very darker than normal. Probably in here it should tame down. Between here and here. It's already 6 minutes into it. There's one thing I can say for sure. Cigarette smokers, you're going to have serious withdrawal symptoms. Should we have a crisis, don't let that impair your judgment. I don't know if it's from the drops that I took, the oregano drops, or to smoke, getting a different taste. It's a dark taste. Very strong burn in the nasal passages. What would put tears in most people's eyes, I can run the smoke through my nose. Sometimes it hits me, but usually it doesn't. And a lot of bite to it. On my nose and on my palate. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut it right now. I'll get back. I guess this is going to be a two-part series.